Are you obsessed?
I've been told that I'm obsessed by many a girlfriend.
I love that.
For me, the single most important thing in anything, whether you're going to be a garbage man or an elite athlete or a musician, someone who dedicates their life to an art form like music, is being fascinated and enthralled with the thing itself. But it's a much bigger picture than just the thing. Like for me, I knew at a young age, okay, I'm not going to go to college. I don't need to go to college. I'm going to be a musician. This is what I'm going to do, and I'm going to do this until the day I die, because it's what I've been put on this earth to do. But it's not necessarily, I don't necessarily have the greatest skills. I honed them, I just love it so much. And for me, ultimately, a person is fascinated by life, and they feel, and there's this like in the most healthy way, have a desire to build on what they have and to learn and to grow and to always be humble in the face that no matter how good you get at something, you're barely scratching the surface of the possibilities of what it is. Music is always, I'm like, I gotta become a better songwriter, but it's like I'll get into playing chess, and I want to start reading chess books, and I want to know, and I'm lying down in bed and I'm thinking, well, if you did that move and I did this move, and like finding out like how did Bobby Fischer think or whatever it is. Like a while ago I got into, flying planes. It's just like there's so much stuff to do. When I see a great musician playing something that I know that they've dedicated, 12 hours a day for years and years and years, practicing to be able to like just get the intellectual and tactile part of it together, let alone tapping the emotional and the spiritual components of it in order to bring it all together to make the sound, is, I see all that, and it's the same thing you see in sports, when you see a great athlete. When I've seen you play basketball, I'm like, it's amazing to see the work ethic and to see the discipline and to see someone grasping the big picture of what they need to do and to find the time in their lives and to arrange their life to do it and the sacrifices that need to be made. It's like, how it feels when you're in the zone and like everything is firing right and you're moving, your team is moving and everything, and it's a telepathic communication, everyone's in the right spot and you're making it happen and greasing the system. Like, that's magic. And I have the exact same thing with music. I really think I see very similar between a band, especially like 4 or 5 piece band and a basketball team. But it's like when you feel that, you're fascinated and you want more. Right. And someone who's got their wits about them and the clarity of mind to continue to stay humble and to work and to stay focused, it's a lifelong pursuit.
To me, that is why we're doing this series, is because we really find a beauty in people that are just like, every day I gotta do this.
Dedicated, man.
I love it.
It's all putting in all that work, so when the time comes, you're ready. You know what I mean? It's like those big waves out there. I think about waves a lot. Arc sound waves, waves, wind, all the waves that happen, and it's like when you have to be ready. Because you don't know when the moment's going to come, when the big swell wave is going to come that you need to ride to do the great thing. Right. When the time is, when you're really going to be needed, to be counted on. And it's the person who always gives the work because they believe in the thing, that when it comes, when it's time to shine, crunch time in a game, whatever it is, it's time to really like lift up your city, lift up your teammates.
You're so physical. You've been around a while, and you're still the most energetic performer I've ever seen, doing handstands, walks across the stage, and giving it to every minute of the concert. Like, that goes into the ocean, surfing, into all the things you do. Is like you want your body constantly moving.
When I'm up on stage and I feel like I'm lighting up the room, it's a great feeling. I feel like I'm in the zone, and it's something way bigger than me that I'm tapping this light, God, whatever you want to call it, something beautiful. Yeah. And the physicality of it, that's what I got to do it right, and I'll do anything, because that's my job, is to uplift people when I'm on stage. So.
But contextually, I get that. You're super physical on stage. Yeah. You're feeling the energy of the room. You're a performer. It feels good. You give and you take with an audience, but you take that just in a different context away from concerts, like today. You're saying you're feeling a little tired, but I bet you didn't stop moving a lot today.
No, I didn't. I had stuff to do, but I do. I have my lazy streak too.
Yeah. You got to refuel sometimes.
Yeah, totally. But but no, I love moving. You know, I just registered to run this marathon in Bhutan in a few months, so I got to get rolling for that. Like, I've never felt anything more profoundly meditative than running, like, into the third hour of a run, when you're really running, like, and I run out in these canyons and mountains up here. It's like,
it's crazy.
All of a sudden I realize, like, wait, I haven't thought a thought in an hour.
Wow.
You know what I mean? It's just motion, you're just moving, just body moving, getting in the zone. And, you know, that's something you hear musicians talk about, you hear basketball players, athletes talk about it, being in the zone, like when it's lights out, when, you know, when you're laying it up, you know.
And the irony is, how restful is that? You
Yeah,
just went
the
on a bus,
most
you know.
restful thing. Like, sometimes I can do nothing and I get exhausted just by stress, you know. But when, like, you're moving, it takes energy to make energy, you know. But when you're in that zone,
energy is contagious too. When you're a high energy person, you give it, and then it comes back to you. Not just like you said, you give energy to make energy, but you give it to other people, and it comes back to you.
Yeah.
You know, and so it propels you. And I think you also touched on a point, like you said, like tapping that energy of something bigger than you. It's like, and another way to look at it is sometimes just realize how small you are, right? Like,
yeah,
you know, my little like need for I'm tired or a complaint or an excuse. Like, just look out here. Like, we are just a tiny little speck. You're really okay. Like,
no, I had that. I had a real profound realization of that once. I had been on tour for a couple of years, and I'd been going through kind of a hard time, and I was absolutely exhausted. But no matter what, every night I went out and like rocked my balls off. But I was literally like a zombie. I felt weak and dizzy every day. I was like just going back to my room, being depressed, you know. And at a certain point, and I was complaining all the time. I was like, I don't want to fucking do that. I feel like shit, you guys. I want to go home. You know what I mean? Like being a whining. Yeah. And one day it kind of dawned on me. I can't remember, something must have triggered it, but I was like, you know what, Flea, it's not about you. It doesn't matter that you're tired. You've been given this like gift and opportunity to play music and entertain people, and forget about you. Okay, maybe you're gonna die on this tour. Maybe you're so tired you're gonna fucking die. But you might as well go out doing the right thing, which is giving all you've got and letting the energy flow through. And as soon as I did that, it was like this fundamental shift. This is not about me, it's about what I can give to everyone else.
Amazing.
It's like all of a sudden I started feeling better. I started having more energy, I started feeling stronger, and it was like a huge shift in my life.